Welcome back to the GSL. We're here in Code S. I'm Tasteless, and with me is Artosis, the casting Archon Tastosis. We are going to have some pretty sick Code S games today.
This is a great Code S group,
Yes,
Tasteless.
it is.
I'm very excited. Very excited.
Yes. We got a ZVZ for the start and a TVP, for the next part. We got a lot of superstars here today. I got like a little bit of a hiccup here. Thank you, Sony Ericsson, for sponsoring this event. It's been awesome. Thank you, Pepsi, for the free drinks. We have been having a blast here doing Code A and Code S. It's been quite a roller coaster of emotions as we've seen who's gone forward, who's been eliminated. We've seen upsets. We've seen comebacks. It's been incredible. Definitely check out yesterday's games. I was blown away.
Yeah.
And,
It's pretty wild, Tasteless. This is going to be such an exciting top 16.
Oh, yeah. Couldn't ask for a better top 16, actually.
There's so many storylines.
Yeah.
That is actually what is making this so wonderful. There are a lot of storylines. For instance, it's looking like Season 1 again. There's only 3 Zergs in the top 16.
Right.
A former champion, I'm Nestea. Then there's OGS Zenio, who came from the group of 3 Zergs, so there had to be a Zerg coming out of that group.
Yeah.
And he got second in the group. And then we have Idra, who pulled through last night. So just 3 Zergs, a lot of Terrans. Again, it's very much like Season 1 that way. Other than that, I mean, there's, for instance, Clyde said he wanted to play Idra. They're playing the first match in their group.
It's so sick.
Awesome story.
I don't want either of those people to be eliminated.
Yeah, Nestea eliminated Zenio and Slayer's Boxer.
Yeah.
And now they're all in the same group together, along with the missing Gosu of Protoss, Sokisu.
Yeah.
So even tonight, there are just so many little storylines going on. Can these players get revenge on I'm Nestea? This is,
We're going to see.
It's
We're going to
wild,
have to find
Tasteless.
out. The first one, I'm Nestea and Zenio. This is going to be an interesting match because Zenio's ZVZ is pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm Nestea, though, has the best CVZ in the world.
I think
Every
so.
time we watch it, we're just like, you're doing everything right. You got 24 drones and then went for the Roach Zergling. That's how many
He's
you
good.
get. Oh, my God, you are so good.
It's so funny because if you guys followed any StarCraft 1 back when I'm Nestea was using the AD Zergbong, he was actually not a
He was a
very
2v2 player.
accomplished. He was a 2-on-2 player, which usually means you were one basing, you were making a lot of sunken colonies,
Making a lot of
trying to tech
Zerglings.
to Mutalisks,
Yeah.
while your opponent was attacking either guys. And, it's StarCraft 1 2-on-2 with his Zerg in there is kind of interesting. But to see him now as this legend of StarCraft 2 with the same race.
Here's the thing. This guy, first off, he's old, okay? And
He's older than us, right?
I think he's the same age as I am. I'm pretty certain.
He is a dinosaur, man.
That is
Whoa.
in esports in Korea, that
is old.
Unbelievably old.
Where is your Whitebeard and Kane?
I know.
Man.
They
He's
put
only a
makeup
year
on
older
me
than
before
me.
I come in here. But no, in esports in Korea, normally they will not even think of recruiting you to a StarCraft 1 team unless you are about 15, but maximum.
You know what? That's because of all that stupid crap with StarCraft
that's
1,
bull.
where it's like, well, we only want to get little kids because someone actually thinks that you can't be good at this game when you're old.
Oh, you're right that they're wrong.
That was so dumb. You know that whole professional scene in StarCraft 1? Dumb rules. Dumb.
Oh.
But we're going to look at the players now. So this guy is an older player, as you were saying.
Yeah.
And he's showing us you can be one of the older guys to be the best.
You're very right on what you were just saying. Let's take a look at the round 16 groups. We'll get back into this afterwards. I have so much to say. I'm Nestea versus OGS Zenio, and then Slayer's Boxer versus Sokisu. That's going to be such an exciting group. But then tomorrow we're going to have a very Terran-heavy group. The best FOU, I'm MVP, OGS Hyperdub, and Choya FOU. Bring your sleeping bag, Tasteless. We may be staying over that night.
Yeah.
Then we have NSP Genius versus OGS Nada and TSL Clyde against EG Hydra. I can't believe how awesomely cool that group is.
That's a tough group.
A lot of storylines in
No
there
idea
as well.
who's going to get out of there.
Yeah.
No clue.
Star Tail Rainbow versus OGS NBC. Wow. A second place versus a winner. And then another second place, Marine King Prime, against a top 4 Liquid Jinro. Astoundingly awesome group.
So on to today's matches. As mentioned before, Zerg vs. Zerg, I'm Nestea against OGS Zenio.
Yeah.
And then Slayer's Boxer against TSL Trickster.
Yeah, most likely we'll have 5 matches today. There is one scenario under which when everyone is tied 1-1 where we'll go to 6 matches, but most likely we're going to have 5 because we no longer need to see who gets 3rd and 4th because that just means they stay in Code S.
Yeah.
So there you go. Probably going to be 5 matches. We could have 6 though.
But go on to what we were talking about.
So I just want to continue on this a little bit about Nestea and actually how astounding this is, what he's doing. It's actually someone really you can look up to.
By the way, I like the guy a lot as an individual
very nice
as well.
guy as well.
Very charming fellow.
Yeah.
Very modest.
But as you were saying, Tasteless, it is ridiculous that in this country, in StarCraft 1 Pro Gaming, which many of us loved for years and years, that they just make up these funny rules like old players can't be pro gamers.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous. It is unfair. It is untrue. But that is the belief here. That is the culture of esports here.
Yeah.
Nestea has completely
proven
overcome
it wrong.
Completely overcome it. He is old. He is owning. He did not do well in StarCraft 1. He is owning up StarCraft 2. But he isn't just owning it up. He made it, okay? He made it to the finals and won. And then he
lost
made it
to
so far in the last GSL.
He got cheesed
top
out.
8, barely lost to Cheeses. You're right. Got cheesed out. And then there was recently an online tournament with all the best Koreans in it where the top 8 was 7 Terrans and Nestea. Nestea got 2nd place.
What a sicko.
The guy is unstoppably
So this
good.
is proving that you can be a good pro gamer and still be older. It just cracks me. Sometimes you get these admins of sites or coaches like, well, when you get to a certain age, your hands, they just can't move as fast. It's like, well, then how come we have pianists that are, their 60s and stuff doing great?
And to just show you guys, we'll put on the APM meter when Nada's playing. Nada's actually still as fast or faster than every pro gamer in the world.
Yeah.
He normally sits around at 400 APM.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just chew on that one.
Coasted at 400
Old
APM.
people haters.
Yeah.
Nada, by the way, I think he's the same age as you, actually.
Well,
Yeah.
he must be wise. It's a
Not
good
quite
age.
an old man, but
Not quite old. I got
you still got like 6
7
months for that,
before
man.
I become, 27. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Please encourage your friends to get the premium ticket.
Yeah.
Or if you want to, just even if you're watching this now and you watch it live all the time, you can get a premium ticket anyways, and that money goes to improve the streaming quality. We've heard a lot of positive feedback about the stream being improved.
Yeah.
That it's running much smoother. There are still parts of the world that don't follow internet TV as much, and we want to make it more accessible to those people. So the more that you donate towards that money just ends up going to improve the stream. So it's good for esports. It's good for StarCraft 2, and yeah, it's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for player highlights.
Yeah, we're going to check this out. See what these guys, what their expectations are for, getting farther in this. But, yeah, we're going to get this highlight video loaded up for you guys in just a minute. Again, this is the biggest, bestest esports tournament in history. And we're doing quite well. The GSL. We've expanded from just being a big bracketed tournament to actually being an entire complex league. It's going to be very interesting to see as future Code A and Code S matches come along. Who's going to advance, who's not going to advance, who's going to be stuck at Code A forever, who's going to be at the top and then drop down. But enough of that. Let's get this video going here. Pretty soon. Okay, probably now.
From the front to the back, we attack. That's when
저글링과 뮤탈리 지금 걷어내네요. 보이고요. 저글링 앞뒤에 저글링과
저그의 압승이에요. 저그의 압승이죠. 맹독충이 나와요. 원심골이
임재덕
선수 맹독충은 어마어마하게 많은데요.
박하나 선수가 어쨌거나
그런 것들 때문에 저글링이 이것치고 저
임재덕 선수와 지금
아이엠 네스트 임재덕
All right, and there was a shot of Nestea just rubbing his Gosu wrist.
Yeah.
These Gosu hands may dish out some serious ownage. Season 2, nobody was thinking about Nestea.
No. Came out of nowhere, lost no games.
Remember how bad he was in Season 1? He wasn't even making creep tumors.
I don't think he knew what it was.
And then this time, he was actually, Neo from the Matrix.
Yeah, he really excelled, and he just keeps on doing so well, Tasteless. He is staying on top. He is, you know, a lot of people were, when he won, were like, who is it? Is Fruit Dealer better or is Nestea better? And I think everyone was dealing on Fruit Dealer except who wasn't Tasteless? Me. Nestea, I have seen this guy. He is actually so talented. You watch the way he plays, he understands so well, plays this beautiful, laid-back macro style of defending attacks. It is just a sight to behold, Tasteless. An amazing Zerg player.
Look at that. Look at that art.
Well,
that's Nestea. Well, sorry, Joseph, go ahead. Got to point out, you know,
that's okay.
Got to play-by-play the pictures in the audience.
It's very important.
It's my job. Nestea, again, really friendly guy, really laid-back guy. Got a good sense of humor. Like him a lot. He's rubbing his wrist a lot. I hope he's not getting any tendonitis.
Yeah,
playing too much.
That'd be too bad.
All right, now let's go to his. No, we're not going to go to his opponent yet. We got to look at a Zenio highlight first, I believe. So guys, sit tight. Let's learn about who Nestea's opponent is. Let's see him in action at his greatest moments.
On his way here.
Yes.
Through this season's group.
The Zenio highlight vid. You ready? Here it comes.
가면을 탈락까지 단수의 타락기로 사람을 걸어주면서도 올라오는 경력들. 지금 조마야 선수가 하시는 최선의 선. 문제는 그겁니다. 가면총만 있는 것이 아니고 바퀴. 네.
마라가 모여서 지금 맞으면 지금 많이 내들어가고 던졌고요.
네.
전국 차이 좀 나는데요.
오제스 제니오 최종민.
As we saw in that highlight video, one of the players, he did eliminate the Fruit Dealer, the champion of Season 1. Whoa, his hair's changed.
It has indeed.
It's all black. He's emo now. Now that he's got to play against I'm Nestea.
I liked his red hair a little bit.
I like the red hair. I'm probably going to be coloring my hair pretty soon.
Do it.
A black.
You got to stop copying my brown hair, man. Really cramping my style.
No matter how much I try to be you, Artosis, I'll never be Artosis.
Go back to your secret hallway, Tasteless. I want nothing to do with you. All right, Zenio, he got knocked out by Nestea. Zenio showed really good Zerg for some other players, but when he hit Nestea, it was like hitting a brick wall. Nestea showing that his understanding of the matchup was far better than Zenio's. Has that changed? We will see.
Zenio had a big rivalry with Hydra, where he did do a ceremony of beating him.
These two do not like each other very much, Tasteless.
So hopefully,
but it seems like everyone has a rivalry with Hydra, and he doesn't even know about it.
I know. Nor does he actually seem to care too terribly much about it. He's like, he's like, well, I don't really care.
He's like, really? They don't like me? That's funny.
All right, head-to-head here. Nestea against Zenio.
Yeah, and the map is going to be Zelnaga Caverns.
Yeah.
Very likely that we will see one base player. You can expand, yes, but a lot of times people open up one base. I'm Nestea took out Delta Quadrant. OGS Zenio took out Steps of War. Both of them with big nods towards the Terran and Protoss players in their group with taking out those maps. And I'm interested to see what these guys want to do on Zelnaga Caverns.
Now, note here in Season 2, as Artosis mentioned, you can see the bottom right side of our screen in yellow. Nestea 3-0'd Zenio.
Yeah, it was actually a Raffle Stomp. Like, Nestea put on a clinic on how to actually kill a Zerg player. And Zenio just sat there and he was, you know, the dummy, the crash test dummy for Zenio.
Incredible crash dummies.
Yeah.
All right, the countdown started. Let's get ready for some ZVZ action here in the Code S tournament. No turning back now. The game's loading. Here we go. Now over here in the red, a delicious drink, the champion of Season 2 GSL.
I am Nestea.
What? Now we have, that image will haunt my dreams.
I missed the image. I was looking at John.
We have over here in the blue.
오제스 Princess Zenio.
Zenio. Great wizard name. As you can see, it's packed here in the studio.
Yeah, a lot of people here to see Slayer's Boxer.
So, Zerg versus Zerg. Not as likely for people to expand on this map.
Yeah, it's a map where you absolutely can expand if you want, but it can get a little bit scary trying to defend things at that expansion. So, a lot of times we do see players who would normally pass expand on a lot of maps choose not to.
Yeah.
On this map. So we'll have to see. Both options are completely reasonable.
Yeah, Spine Crawler's not with the same level of efficacy. You know, when it comes to defense.
That's true, Tases. Spine Crawlers just are not very epic on this map.
Epic effective? We have
You're actually looking at me
Spineful.
like, are you that dumb?
My jaw just dropped for a minute. I was like, I'm going to let you wear that, Artosis. Hatchery on the way here.
Yeah, Nestea taking that fast expansion. This leads me to believe he wants to do exactly what he is best at, which is the Roach Zergling play. He's very, very good at it.
Zenio may be forced to be aggressive here because he sees his opponents trying to get an edge economically. You're not going to be in a good shape if you just expand a little bit later in a mirror matchup like this.
Yeah, no, if you, in fact, on this map specifically, if Zenio were to just get speed and make a hatchery, all Nestea has to do is make a couple extra drones, get speed, and as soon as speed finishes, just rally non-stop Zerglings. And it's actually, if your opponent just sits there and makes Zerglings, you actually just have too many.
Yeah.
And if they make Roaches, they die. So you have to be very careful if you actually want to do like a speed expansion build against a fast expansion. That's actually like almost a hard countered build if your opponent knows what to do. And he's Nestea, so he probably does. So be careful, Zenio, if that's your choice, which I think it is.
And yeah, it does look like he actually is going to send a hatchery out here.
Oh, Nestea's already started his Roach Warren, though. So he's definitely not going to go for just making speedlings and trying to kill his opponent.
Has he spotted the hatchery yet? For Zenio?
Yes, he has. The Overlord did see the drone coming down, although he did not see the hatchery made. He should know. You have to be very careful with your Overlord, or the Queen comes out very quietly and tiptoes over and kills it.
So, Nestea here, somewhat missing an ample opportunity to possibly end this game, but he may not want to take something he feels might be risky, one or two mistakes with that, and all of a sudden you're, evened up.
Yeah.
So he's going to go with a very safe approach. This is an approach that has water wings on, wears their seatbelts.
Zenio right now, this is interesting, is making a Baneling Nest. So he's preparing to kill a Zergling base attack, and of course that's what this build is weak to, Zenio's build. So it's smart of him to do that. But Roaches are out, and that's going to make the Baneling Nest not quite as useful. Because if you make a bunch of Banelings, Roaches actually counter it very, very well.
But he's going to go ahead and do Banelings anyways.
Yeah. A few Banelings can be okay.
Now, you know what? He's actually going to get up here towards... Oh,
that's
denied.
a cancel. And now you actually do lose resources when canceling morphing Zerg units, Tasteless. It's not free like it used to be.
And meanwhile, the Lings are over here trying to do some harassment. He might have too many Lings.
Yeah.
He could chase them all the way back home. Ling speed is done. Meanwhile, the three Roaches heading towards the Zerg base at the north.
Yeah. Those are going to be used to snipe these Banelings out, and if they can, the Zerglings should be able to overrun. And he's just going to try to target those, or he should be.
Now he can actually just run around. Looks like the Roaches were stopped
doing a
there.
good job of defending so far, but in fact, Nestea got so aggressive so fast that he's only sitting on 17 drones compared to 19 for Zenio, so he's actually economically behind a little bit.
Here comes another Roach. Whoa!
That gets so scary. The Roach trying to take out the Banelings.
Those Lings are touched by the Banelings. It's bad news. Oh, nice. Goes into the main. He can kill the Queen.
Keeping a couple Zerglings back. Gotta be so careful. Oh, yeah, you want to trade single Zerglings for Banelings if you can.
Yeah.
Zenio going to counterattack right now.
Looks like the rush has finally stopped.
Yeah, but Zenio's counterattack not going to do a whole lot.
Nestea may continue to be aggressive here.
Now, Zenio is up 4 drones, 25 drones to 21. Supply-wise, Nestea actually up 2 supplies, so he's going to have a slightly larger army right now. Unfortunately, it's going to be mostly Zerglings, so the Banelings are going to do quite fine. But Nestea now making a few more roaches. He's going to go up there and see if he can't micro his way to some victory, Tasteless.
He's got to be careful, only 2 Banelings left. Same time, Nestea has to be careful. If one of those Banelings accidentally hits his group, the game ends. The world ends. Oh, losing a good amount there. The roaches are going to target fire the Banelings that are morphing. Nice. If he just gets that last Baneling.
And now suddenly Nestea looking so good. Taking out those Banelings and dealing a lot of damage now.
The queen is gone.
That's right.
This is no longer a monarchy.
Zenio has even made some roaches at this point. With the spine crawler coming out, it looks like he will stabilize.
He is going to get a lot of drones, though. He's just target firing these drones, saying whatever tech and whatever direction you want. I'm going to go in the Tasteless secret hallway.
That's right. He's going to retreat down that hallway. Zenio's probably shocked to see this hallway. I thought only Nestea and Tasteless knew about it, but it's not the case, apparently.
Apparently, he just can't keep a secret.
Yeah. And during this, Nestea, of course, killed off some drones and also made a lot of his own. So under the mask of that aggression, he's up to 30 drones compared to 25 of Zenio. So Nestea has taken the lead at this point. And quite a fine lead, in fact. Zenio has no queens, so that's actually a huge deal. Nestea really showing a ridiculously high understanding of this matchup.
Yeah, Nestea is way in the lead. Zenio, Zenio probably is more than well aware that he's behind.
Yeah.
Everything Zenio's done has actually not worked.
That's quite true. He's in a hard spot, but it's not something completely recoverable from. The problem is he's 9 drones behind right now.
That's a considerable amount.
Yeah, and
this is the matchup where you have the least number of workers.
Yeah, you have to fit more drones. That is actually how you show if you're good at the matchup, getting more drones than your opponent without dying. And Nestea is doing that so beautifully. He's actually up to 41 now. He's 10 drones ahead of Zenio. And he's also getting an upgrade quicker. Nestea is looking superior right now.
Nestea edging in here, takes a peek, sees it's a Ro16 tech. There is one Baneling in there, I do like that.
Yep. Definitely will help out against Speedling Roach.
Yeah.
Although Speedling Roach, if used correctly, normally does beat Roach Baneling.
Ling's moving down here. They're going to try to take out some drones. Zenio trying to get ahead right now. Queens and Roaches denied. I only believe he got 1 drone there.
Yeah, you know what I like right now, Tasteless, is he only has a few Roaches down there. He actually has a ton of Roaches. He's trying to just do a complete Roach attack. And he hid the Roach number, so this is actually going to surprise him.
You know, there's a high chance that our Zerg player might be thinking, oh my god, less Roaches. Maybe he's teching to Aspire.
Yeah.
And in fact, no.
He's actually going to be in a lot of trouble, Tasteless. Zenio right now with 13 Roaches, 23 for Nestea. And Nestea now just going to rally Speedlings up because they move quicker across the map. This is actually going to be an almost impossible attack for Zenio to stop. He just has far less units, throwing up a lot of spine crawlers, bringing down both queens. He's got to do the best he can to hold on.
The angle here, not so good for Zenio.
Spine crawler is going to be very important here, but Nestea just is dealing so much damage. Speedlings coming in, and they're just going to deal those little extra amounts of damage that are going to end up counting a lot. Nestea showing us once again that, in fact, he is the king of Zerg vs. Zerg.
Wow, this is just such domination here by Nestea.
Yeah, it really is Tasteless. Such an amazing Zerg vs. Zerg player. Even has his +1 on this timing attack, and GG. Nestea, the king of Zerg.
Very nice play by Nestea.
He really knows what he's doing. This
enjoy
matchup
that game,
for him,
right?
Tasteless, is it's art to watch Nestea ZVZ.
He deflected everything. He looked like a Jedi in that game.
Yeah. He knows the ins and outs of it so superbly well. This is what it's like to watch someone who truly understands the game. It's almost impossible to criticize him.
Yeah.
You almost have to, I can criticize almost any player, find things that they do wrong, but
it's generally not hard to criticize any player, but in this case, I mean, man.
In ZVZ, it's like Nestea really does not do pretty much anything wrong. He just plays right. It's awesome. It's beautiful.
it was just basically perfect ZVZ play. No really mistakes in micro, considering how hard that is to do in Zergling versus Zergling Baneling.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
actually
attacking a Banelings and Zerglings with
yeah,
Zerglings.
he's actually going in there and hitting him and moving back. So, wow. That was impressive. I see Nestea just walking up the set.
Yeah.
He's got a big smile on his face, and he deserves it.
He deserves that
He deserves
smile.
it.
It's a banana grin.
Yes. Take that, fruit dealer. So, going...
Kick him while he's down.
That's right.
Tasteless. It's terrible. All right, well, that is our first match. Now,
Yep.
we're now going to go on to Slayer's Boxer against Soki Su. I'm so excited about this.
Soki's suicided about this. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. One thing about Slayer's Boxer, he has a very unique style. He does a lot of rushes, a lot of cheese, a lot of ingenious late-game strategies. Soki Su is just a very rock-solid, standard Protoss player. Doesn't tend to lose to sneaky stuff.
Yeah.
Tends to have very strong mid-game. So we're going to see.
He's actually a very scary Protoss. Rumor has it, Tasteless, that his Protoss for Zerg is completely unbeatable on the Korean
Yeah,
server
I've heard
right
that.
now. So
I've heard rumors. I've heard some stuff.
I heard it through the grapevine, Tasteless.
I'm just saying, a little bird whispered in my ear.
I was walking down the street, and I just saw a Zergling dying, and he told me, I was like, what? Come closer, the Zerglings. So he's like,
a dark
"Come
man in
closer."
alley said, "Come here."
I
said, "What
bent
is it?" He
over, and
goes,
I listened, and the Zergling
Never
went,
loses.
Soki Su. And he died. And then he disappeared really quick.
We don't make anything up here when we tell these stories.
These are all true.
These are all true.
This happened in Gangnam.
Yeah.
But anyways, this is going to be a great match.
Yeah, man. I can't
cannot
wait.
wait to see what happens with this.
I actually don't know who to pick for the favorite.
I know.
Slayer's Boxer, initially I thought, well, he was really good at StarCraft 1 early on, but then everybody started playing it. Maybe he's going to have a tougher time here. Then in StarCraft 2, he's doing insane stuff. He's looking so good this season specifically.
That's very true.
And now I'm like, I don't know.
Here's something to take into consideration. Slayer's Boxer was actually a player who had a very hard time against Protoss, specifically macro Protosses
Like
in
Reach.
StarCraft 1.
Yeah, like Reach.
And Soki Su is actually a macro Protoss from StarCraft 1, whose best matchup was Protoss versus Terran. So we're going to have to see in this game, actually, his best matchup is Protoss versus Zerg, but we're going to forget about that and remember the good old days.
We're going to just change the dynamic here to make this story as exciting as possible here at GOM TV.
Well, here's another exciting part, Tasteless.
Yeah.
This group has 3 very old players, Nestea, Soki Su, and Slayer's
This is
Boxer, the
basically
oldest
an
pro gamer.
old school group here. Very old school, actually. So let's go ahead and throw up the Boxer highlight video. Slayer's Boxer, the Emperor. Check it out.
먼저 봤어요.
먼저 내렸고 발킹이거든요.
이거는 새로운 해병 전차하고 그렇죠. 불법으로는
전차.
지금 공이 붙어야죠.
순식간에
예, 지금 3-3이에요.
그렇죠.
불법이 내리게 되면 어쨌든 6개, 7개 내있고 우선병력 많았기 때문에
네.
예, 먼저 싸우는
왔다
맹독충들 달려가 봅니다만 이번에는 해병 않고 있는 상황. 마지막
이묘한
수비인데요.
선수.
예, 해병 세레모니.
Slayer's Boxer 임요환.
Whoa, I love how Korean fans cheer. It sounds like owls. All right, there he is, Slayer's Boxer. Warming his hands up.
Emperor.
Looks like he has a cape on right now. No shocker there.
He's the Emperor, man.
He's the Emperor.
He can wear a cape if he wants, Tasteless.
I won't judge.
He better not.
I wear a cape to the studio. They just don't let me wear it on TV.
It's too bad.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
Because I look good in that cape when I'm
You do look
flying
good in
here
that
over the buildings of Korea. Slayer's Boxer. If you guys didn't really follow StarCraft 1, if you're new to esports, that's okay. We don't judge you. We know there's a lot of new people here. This guy in StarCraft 1 was... Actually, this is basically the most influential figure in esports history.
Overall, in competitive
for
video
players.
games,
Yeah.
this is the guy that did more than anyone else.
Because, he's got a lot of personality. He's very charming. He trains hard. He's very smart. He's a good businessman. And basically all of those put together helped StarCraft become what it is today.
Yeah.
And now here we are with StarCraft 2.
A little poster showing a Marauder on a parachute hitting a Baneling. Something Boxer likes to do quite a bit.
So he doesn't put them on parachutes. He actually kicks them out of the medevac.
Yeah. You're like,
he's-
no! And Boxer actually goes over
He's
and
like, can
puts
you at
his
least
foot
sign
on him.
this for me? Ah!
That's it. We are actually getting a lot of fans.
We have a
in here,
lot. It's
Tasteless.
actually packed here in the studios.
Time for Soki
All right,
Sue.
time for Soki Sue.
His highlight video.
So get ready for that, guys. He was a big force here in StarCraft 1. Here he is in StarCraft 2, taking on the Emperor.
이거 아예 저글링으로 새로 잡아나고 한가운데 경력이고요. 예, 자비를 베풀지 않는 바로 타이밍. 그냥 이쪽엔 아예 보조공사 이거는 어떻게 김선장이 먼저 점사 시중하게 나와 보일 정도로 벙커 때문에 지금 해병이 진영이 너무 안 좋아.
Gonna give you my surprise.
DSL 서기수 서기수
Turn around, can't you see? I follow you around the world.
A lot of Kisu fans in here as well.
Indeed.
He's a great player, so solid, yet did not make it into 2 seasons of the GSL. So happy that he made it into the round of 8. And oh my god, I can't wait to see this poster. Fruit Dealer has the funniest Soki Sue poster I've ever seen. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to show
I
that
like
pretty
that.
soon here.
Ooh, that is awesome. I cannot wait for them to show that. Please show it. Just show it.
So, Soki Sue, God, is this guy ever good? Now, he's supposed to be unbeatable in PvZ. Here he is doing a PvT. This may be one of his toughest matches in the entire tournament. We're going to see what happens. It's going to be very important for Slayer's Boxer to win this because if Soki Sue wins, chances are he will beat Nestea and Zenio with his good PvZ.
Yeah. I cannot see Soki Sue not getting out of this group. It's a hard thing to imagine. And here are some posters. That's a nice one. That's a nice one. But let's look at Fruit Dealers. A perfect rendition.
That's
of
exactly
Kisu's
what he
face.
looks like.
That is so funny.
Fruit Dealer, Soki Sue with the face of that rock that falls on you in Mario if
Yeah,
you get
that's
too
about
close
it,
to
man.
it. That is a great picture there. Gotta love that artwork.
He does not have a kind face, Tasteless.
No, he does
It's
not.
handsome, but it is not kind.
It is
This
not.
is not a guy.
He definitely does not have a glass jaw when you look at him.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are.
This is going to be an
The
excellent
map
match.
for this is going to be on Chakras Plateau.
Ooh, very good map for Kisu. It's a very long map. Terrans generally don't care to play Protosses on this map.
Yep. There's not a lot of ways to finish the game early for the Terran. There are a ton of ways to finish the game early for Protoss,
Yeah.
regardless of distance.
Slayer's Boxer has shown that he's very good at late game play as
Yes.
well. We haven't actually seen his Terran vs. Protoss very much. In fact, I'm looking at right now, we saw him own up Core Zenith, who's now out of Code A, so that wasn't all that impressive. And that was the only TVPs that we've seen.
So now we got to see, is his TVP, is it caught up? Is he ready?
Yep.
And can he take out a player of this caliber?
Now notice that Slayer's Boxer took out Jungle Basin, good choice against Kisu. And Blistering Sands taken out by Kisu because that is the one map that
That's
as
a
a
tough
Protoss,
match for Protoss.
you don't really want to play there. I mean, if it gets a half map, great. It's a great map for Protoss, but it's hard to get there. It's a volatile map. Good choice for him to remove it.
All right. It's time, guys. You getting wiggly?
Getting jiggly.
Some nerds are just sitting in their chairs at home. Oh my God, their little toes are crunching up, making little fists. They can't hold back. They're bouncing into their chairs, pushing
Yeah.
their elbows into their side. Going,
You're
"Ah,
actually
I'm so excited."
you're describing me, Tasteless.
All right, the countdown's begun. Let's get ready for this TVP.